Alright guys, this is your DIY video for adding and subtracting equations with algebra tiles. And let's take a look at the first example. We're going to solve each equation and we're going to use algebra tiles first, and then we're going to check our answer. So this is an equation because it has an equal sign. What an equation is two expressions that are equal to each other. So some number plus 9 equals 15. And the sum number is represented by the variable b. It is the unknown. You may can do this one in your head, but we're going to use models to see what the correct answer is to give you a better understanding of algebra. These green long squares represent the variable, so this is a positive b. The little yellow squares represent positive 1, so we have 9. B plus 9 equals 15. So our goal here is to balance the equation. So we have to look at what's attached to the positive b. We're trying to isolate the variable, get this b right here, this green stick by itself. And attached to it we have plus 9, which is represented here by the yellow squares. So you have to think the opposite of. What is the opposite of plus 9? What can I do to make that plus 9 go away? Well, I can put in negative 9 and it will make it go away. So using the models, you can put 9 red in with the yellow, which represents the negatives. And I have a plus 1 and a negative 1, and those are zero pairs. But what you do to one side, you must do to the other side. It's called balancing the equation. So if we put 9 on the left side, we have to put 9 on the right side. So in a workshop, we're going to have models that you get to play with, manipulatives, and have hands-on experience to understand this a little bit better. So now we have to look at this, and if we have plus and minus 1, that means we have zero pairs. So these all go away. These go away. Zero pairs. Nothing. They mean nothing. And what we're left with is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 positives. So at the end of the day, I have 1b equals 6 positives, and that is my answer. So that's what it looks like using algebra tiles. Now we're going to look at solving it with just algebraically using our numbers. I'm going to do to one side what I do to the other side. I'm isolating the variable and balancing the equation, and it leaves me with 1b equals 6. Now I'm going to check my solution. So if I say b equals 6, I can check it out and see if that's a true statement. 6 plus 9 equals 15. 6 plus 9 is 15. So I have the same thing on the left side that I have on the right side. So that means without a doubt 6 is my answer. Taking a look at the next example, I'm going to go a little bit faster on this one. All right, so my next problem is 12 equals 8 plus c. This is an equation because it has an equal sign. We solve equations. We do that by balancing the equation and isolating the variable. That means getting it by itself. So I have to look at the variable, which is c, indicated with a green stick that represents a positive c, and I have to look at what's attached to it. So I have 8 positives attached to the variable, and I have to do the opposite of to get rid of it. So if I have 8 positives, I'm going to put in 8 negatives to make 0 pairs, to make it go away, canceling it out. So if I put 8 on the right side of this equation, I have to put 8 on the left side of this equation, making 0 pairs and canceling the red and yellow out. So looking at that, I get all of these canceled, and I'm left with a c on the right side. So I've isolated the variable, and I've done exactly what I need to do with balancing the equation. What I do to one side, I do to the other, and I'm left with 4 positives. So working that algebraically with numbers, I have plus 8 attached to the C, so I'm going to take away 8 on both sides, and that's like me putting in the red. That goes away. There are my 0 pairs. I'm left with C equals 4. Now I'm going to check my solution. I'm going to take my 4 equals C, and I'm going to put it in where the C is here. So 12 equals 8 plus 4. Is this a true statement? Yes, it is. So you are correct. Next problem. I've already got it kind of modeled out here for you. Here is your D. Here is your, oopsie, my bad. Here is your minus 5, and here is your positive 7. So we have D minus 5 equals 7. So I have to once again look at the equation, see what's attached to the variable, and I have negative 5, which was represented by the red squares. I want to get rid of the negative 5. So what's the opposite of negative 5? Positive negative 5. So we're going to put these in, making 0 pairs, in a sense canceling these out. But if I put that in on this side, which I think I already actually have it here, let's see, I did. I put in these 5 here. So giving me a final answer of 12 because all of these cancel, and I'm left with D equals 12. Solving algebraically, D minus 5 equals 7. Add 5, add 5, cancels, D equals 12. That's it using the numbers. Now we can check our work. I said that D equals 12, so 12 minus 5 equals 7. Is this a true statement? Yes, 7 does equal 7, so I know that 12 is my correct answer. All right, these last few we're just going to solve algebraically because Miss Meadows made this nice video and it's 20, and I'll be here forever. So E plus 12 equals 20. What's attached to the E? I have positive 12 attached to the E. What's the opposite of positive 12? Negative 12. What I do to one side, I must do the other. Some people like to make a line down the equal sign so you can see that you actually did balance it out, and I'm cool with that, and I'm sure everybody else will too, whatever you got to do to understand it. These go away. They cancel. Those are your 0 pairs, and I'm left with E equals, subtract this out like that, 8. Check your work. 8 plus 12 equals 20. Is this a true statement? Yes, this is a true statement. 20 does equal 20, so E equals 8 is my answer. Next one. Why don't you pause the video and work these out on your own? And then, whoa, that's a lot. All right, so why don't you go ahead and pause the video and work these out on your own and come back in when you get finished and check your solutions. All right, guys, here are your answers to the problems that you tried on your own. Number 1, M equals 24. Number 2, N equals 11. Number 3, P equals 10. Number 4, G equals 76. Number 5, M equals 135. Number 6, P equals 55. And the mistake on this problem is that they added 18 on the right side instead of taking away 18. And that's what they should have done, and I worked that out, and you get Q equals 4. And then here are the answers to number 8 for the matching part. If you struggled with any of this, you probably need to attend a workshop. Please request one or make sure that you come to one over solving equations with addition and subtraction. And this DIY is now over.